What is good, chat? I'm here with Klay Thompson. I'm joking. I'm joking. What's good, guys? I'm here with Klay, a student and very dear friend of mine at this point. And today we're pretty much going to talk about his entire journey with the entire appointment setting process that he's gone through and kind of how he's broken into online money. So, Klay, do you want to give us a quick intro? Who are you, bro?
Yeah, I'm Clay. I'm 20. And yeah, man, I've been doing online stuff, sales, for like 6 months now coming up.
Nice, nice. What is it? What is it you do specifically, Klay?
I do appointment setting, so you know, I don't know the best way to describe it, getting people to, buy stuff online pretty much. You can do it over the phone, you can do it by messaging them in the DMs. I do a bit of both. So yeah.
What are you selling them? What are you selling? You do online stuff. You've been doing random online stuff for 6 months now, and you sell people stuff online. What do you do, bro? What do you sell?
Nah, it's so like you've got coaches online, mentors, that sort of thing, courses. I'll connect the lead to, well, firstly qualify them, see if they got money, that sort of thing. But you want them to basically buy a mentorship or something like that along them lines.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you're pretty much helping coaches scale their coaching companies, if you will. You're like a part of the sales process, right?
There you go.
Wow, beautiful. Okay, where are you
Hmm?
based?
I'm in London,
Okay, what part?
Northwest.
You're part of Northwest London. You're 20, and what do you do besides all this stuff? Give us a little debrief into your background, bro.
What I do, I go to uni, I do computer science against my will. And yeah,
Me too.
you don't do any more though, bro.
No, I'm still enrolled technically. I'm meant to go back next year.
Oh, for real?
I think so.
Oh, you going back?
I'm not sure. I need to think about that. Are you going back?
You know what? Second year I probably will. I don't know though. Maybe. We'll see.
What's the predetermining factor if you go back or not?
The predetermining factor. Actually, no. I will go back. Yeah, I will. Definitely.
How come?
Because I found cheat codes to balance it.
Really? What?
So
Put us on sauce.
it's gonna sound bad, but yeah, like just getting people to do my assignments. All I have to do is prepare for exams. It's working quite well so far, so I can carry on.
Did you get your grades yet?
I got some of them, but I've got a retake in like 3 weeks that I have to go back for.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
okay. So you are a college student as of now. You're still technically in college, and you are doing this online thing called appointment setting.
Mhm.
Okay. And what were you doing before this, and how did you kind of come across it?
What was I doing before this? I was working at M&S.
What's that?
I'd have to use it. Marks and Spencers. You see, you're from Ireland. Do you have that in Ireland?
Yeah. But I mean, some people watching this will have no idea what you're talking about.
It's like a retail store, grocery store, like a shop, like Sainsbury's. Yeah, I was there, and yeah, we weren't making a lot of money at all. And then, what were you saying? How did I find you? Or how did I find this? Yeah, I was watching
Yeah.
YouTube one day, and somehow, because I used to watch a bunch of like motivational people saying okay, like lock and throw this amount of time and you can get to where you want. And then your video came up one time, like your first YouTube video on your other channel, and yeah, I watched it. I was slightly intrigued. I think I watched maybe another one, and then I hit you on Instagram, and then
Yeah.
yeah.
What did you hit me up with? Remember that?
I mean, the first time I hit you up with, I asked you what exactly is it you do, because on that channel you didn't actually say what you did.
Yeah.
So you didn't really explain the whole setting thing. But yeah, cool. So you then kind of broke it down a little bit, and then long story short, I came back. I asked if you had like a community yourself. You said you did. I asked to join. You told me it was it was gonna cost me money that I didn't have. So yeah, I came back a couple, like 2 months later, I think.
You got nurtured by the story sequences.
Yeah, I actually did. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it so real. I did. I think there was one you said. Yeah, you said to me in DMs that I'm gonna feel a lot of FOMO over the next couple of months, and that's exactly what happened. So I don't know who would have been ripping it. Probably was Sebastian
Yeah.
that was ripping, and I was like, yeah, I need to jump on this. So yeah,
Sebastian Angelo, the OGs were ripping and it got you over the edge. That's
yeah,
fire.
I'll be honest.
Bro, we should have recorded this interview in Montenegro when you were here. You came for a week.
Mm.
That was a fumble. That was a generational blunder, bro.
That was your fault, mate. Yeah, I was ready to go.
Yeah, it would have been sick. But for context, Clay basically came out to Montenegro for a week. We were with some friends, with some of the team as well. And Clay pretty much came out for a week, chilled on their couch, and got free rent, basically. Got a free trip, essentially, except for like flights and stuff. And balled out for a week. And then you extended because you missed your flight, right?
I missed the first flight, I missed the second flight. Well, technically, I missed the first one on purpose, but like the second one, I woke up too late. So
How did that happen, bro?
say again.
How did that even happen?
I missed the flight. If I told you the real reason, yeah, it was bad. It was bad. I came
What was
back a bit. He came back, slightly late the previous day.
what time?
I think we got back at like 4:35.
AM.
Yeah, yeah.
What were you guys doing at 4:35 AM?
Just walking around the streets, looking at the boats.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Anyway, so have you done any online stuff before appointment setting?
No,
How come?
I didn't know what it was. I had no. Like honestly, I don't know how I can explain. When I saw your video, I didn't understand what anything was. I didn't know what you're talking about. I hear this word a lot, info. Back then, I didn't know what that meant. That's the first time I probably heard it.
What is info?
Um, Information products, right? Is that
Yeah.
yeah, bro?
Bro said right as if he hasn't made 10K in 2 months.
Something like that.
I mean, you got to imagine the people watching this won't really know any of this. So they won't know
Yes.
what info is. They won't know what e-learning is. So when you explain these things, it's as if you were watching it back for the first time.
I would say you're better to explain, to be honest.
And this is your interview, bro, not mine.
I know, but yeah, I'm not really too good at explaining. But yeah.
Did you ever try to make money online or like money with anything?
Yeah, I did trainer reselling for a good while. I
How
made,
did that?
how did that go? It was good, I would say, for the first 6 months, but it wasn't incredible. It wasn't great. It wasn't, what I would want to be making. And like looking back, the money that I made just in the last couple months with this is like way more than what I thought was good money back then when I was selling shoes. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then, so basically last month you finished at over 6.
Mm.
Month you finished right under 4, I think, USD give or take. So you're at around 10 in the past 2 months. And you've obviously been in this industry for a couple months now. When did things kind of start to like go well for you, I guess?
Probably like 3 months ago. No. So wait. Yeah, about 3 months ago.
Okay. Okay.
How come? Well, firstly, you got me on a nice little offer there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I've been doing this since what, end of January, around that time.
Give or take.
From the start, yeah. It wasn't great, as you know. It's not like it wasn't like, someone like Josh, for example, who came hit the ground running and yeah, just blew up in seconds. It wasn't like that for me.
How come?
I started out and I pushed on the fact that I wanted to do SDR. Yeah.
What's the difference between them both?
Okay, so you got SDRs and you got DMers. SDRs will basically get on the phones and they'll start speaking to people.
Okay.
Trying to do the exact same thing as what the DMers do. So I'm essentially trying to get you on a call with the closer or the offer owner and get you to pay money for this service or this mentorship or this course or something like that. So for me, when I first started with that, it was like, okay, there's definitely a higher barrier to entry. It's not, as straightforward as, sending, not to say that DMs is easy in terms of like, but what you're doing, there's more, I would say more factors with, getting on the phones. And I think originally for me, like I would say it was a bit difficult because it was something that I hadn't done before. It's not like I had, tried to sell people on anything before previously, like speaking to them over the phone, trying to draw out the reasons for why they want to do it or where that sort of thing. So it was very new to me, and I don't know. It took me a bit longer, I would say, to learn it.
Okay. Do you feel like you had a big mindset change since you started to do well?
Yeah, no, 100%. It's funny, actually talk about mindset because when I first started, do you remember at that first call we had?
It was literally on mindset. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was funny because I was saying like, okay, if I can make $2,000, I'll be so happy, like over the moon. I know, but I genuinely didn't think it was even possible. I just thought, because I didn't know any of this.
Let me ask you this: are you happy now?
No, definitely not. I didn't even want to do this interview now, and you know this. I wanted to wait until I got to a different milestone.
10K per month.
Yeah.
But we will soon. We're gonna record another interview in a month when I go to London for a couple of days at the start of.
You're coming, yeah?
Yeah, did I tell you? I'm coming from the 1st to the.
No, I wasn't sure if you were serious though.
Yeah, 1st to the 5th, give or take. I'll be in London. So
1st to the 15th.
To the 5th.
Okay.
I have a flight. I'll tell you after that. I spent $4,000 on a flight to go to Singapore with Matthew.
Oh, for real? Okay.
Yeah. So the first 2 days I'm gonna spend with you and with some of the other boys, and then Josh as well, content mentor.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's gonna be fun. And then that whole month is literally gonna be Asia with guys who are really, really good at content, like fracking content.
So wait, you're going? Okay, sweet. Okay.
Yeah, that's crazy. But 4,000, like you worked in Marks and Spencer's, I worked in Dunn stores. Same thing, both grocery stores. I don't know how much you were making per month. I was maybe making 2K a month.
2K, damn, because you were doing full time. Remember, I was working part time. Like the max I made in a month was like £600, $650.
Yeah, no, I was full time.
It was dirt.
Once I did overtime, but I wasn't technically 18 yet, so they didn't account for me doing overtime, and then they just underpaid me as well, and I couldn't do anything about it. It was the trenches, but supermarkets are kind of fun to work in. They help you with communication skills and stuff too.
It was good originally. I've worked at two. I've worked at Waitrose and M&S.
Which did you prefer?
Waitrose, 100%. That was when I was 16. That was great.
Why did you prefer that? That was what, 4 years ago?
Nah, a bit less than that.
Okay.
Yeah, around that though. But why did I prefer it? I don't know. It was just better people, enjoyed it more. I guess it was the first time I had a job, so I was like, okay, this is kind of sick. You know what I mean?
And stuff.
Yeah. And back then, 16, you're making 650, 700. It wasn't bad. It was like, this is pretty decent.
You're up. Yeah. Especially pounds. Just what, like 1,000 US?
Something like that. Around there.
Do you feel like growing up, you knew that you would do something bigger than just like a 9-to-5 or a job?
Yeah, 100%.
Why? What was your mentality like?
I just never enjoyed it, really. Like, I don't know. I still think about this with like, education and going to university. But I would say the main reason I kind of do it is probably, if I can do it and I can manage it, it will just be to make my mom happy. So yeah, why not? If I can stick it out, then let's stick it out. But
it's like the guest speaker I got in Setter's Academy.
Say again?
Like the guest speaker I got in Setter's Academy.
Yeah. That's how I just think of it. In terms of 9-to-5, it's never excited me. I see a bunch of people that don't enjoy what they do. So maybe they do. Some people do enjoy it, but for me, I haven't seen anything that I would say, yeah, you know what, I want to dedicate my life to this.
How come you wouldn't? I'm sorry.
Oh, my main thinking, well, look, I used to be into computers and stuff back in the day. And I thought, yeah, you know what, this makes the most sense. I wasn't good at maths, so I wasn't going to go do finance or economics or something like that. So I thought, yeah, this is probably my second best option to make a lot of money. Let me do this. Oh, little did I know. It is trenches and job market right now.
So what's changed Or has your mentality changed at all since you were that age? Do you still feel like you're destined for something bigger than a 9 to 5?
100%. Now I
Yeah.
think you more see it. Previously, the biggest issue was, actually cool. I know I'm gonna be doing something different. How do I get there, or what am I gonna do that's gonna take me there? Now it's more like, I can actually, okay, this is going to become a reality. You know what I mean?
Do you feel like that's because I've put you in an environment where you're around a lot of people doing really well? Like I've made you hang around with guys that are doing 20, 30, 40, 50K a month, some 100K a month, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if you told me this 6 months ago, it would all be like, just this is rubbish. Like, again, making 5K a month was good. Making 10, but now I'm around people that make 50, 30, as you said, 100, more than 100. And it's like, okay, wow, okay. There is, when I kind of look at them, I think, okay, you know what, that's something that you can get to 100%.
Yo, I mean, now you're at a point where you're projecting, you're averaging like 5 a month, I guess.
Mm,
You're probably gonna do 6, 7, 8, 10 soon enough anyway, especially as you transition vehicles into closing and higher leverage skill sets.
mhm.
Do you feel more like satisfied or fulfilled as you go or not really?
No, it's funny. I feel probably the opposite, which is,
Okay.
I don't know, because I think
Online money for you. You always want more.
it's I wouldn't say that it's, I want more. I just think you look at yourself and you think, okay, there's much more you can be doing. Yeah.
Oh,
Then I think for me, it's like I'm doing myself an injustice by not doing more. Do you get what I mean?
what do you wanna be doing? Or how much more do you wanna be doing? You probably have a main milestone in your head, right?
Yeah. I have it written up on my wall, actually.
What is it? What's it say?
What do you think it is, firstly?
You're gonna say something like 30K. Was that on the dot or is it 50?
Yeah. It's 52, actually.
52.
Yeah.
Why is it 52?
Because 52, because I have like everything kind of written out in terms of what I need to be making to look
Liquid
after.
millionaire in 2 years.
Say again?
Liquid millionaire in 2 years.
Wait, how do you know it says that? I tell you that it said that.
What, you're bored?
Yeah.
No, but I just did the math. 52
That's what I
multiplied by
mean.
12.
This is between me and you. I wouldn't be able to do that maths. But
You're comp sci student, bro.
I know. Again, I was literally, because I was good at IT is why I got in.
52 by 12 by 2. We're
No,
talking
stop. Leave it
1.1
alone.
something.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, that's my goal. That's what would help me. That's what would take me to where I need it to be. So 52 is like the number.
Why do you make money online? What's your why? If you're open to sharing.
Yeah, main thing, just family. On like a surface level. Why are you smiling? Yeah.
Just how much you're gonna open up, because obviously I kind of know why you're doing this. But I know why you're doing this.
Mm.
It's not about you, is it?
Mm-mm.
Because here's the thing: if we were actually doing it all for ourselves, we would chill at 5K per month, be setters, work at
Yeah.
day, and then go to Bali, right?
Could be living comfy like right now.
Yeah.
You don't have to do much more. You could just stay at this level. Yeah, but that's not, because it's not really, it's not for myself. That's why I would say I don't, get comfortable or get happy with what we're at. You know what I mean?
Where do you see yourself in like 6 to 12 months down the line? 'Cause obviously by then you're gonna transition into a higher leverage vehicle like closing, management, growth, operation, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Where do you think you're
12
gonna be?
months, I would say I'll be doing growth up.
But there's 6 and 12, like there is a discrepancy. Where do you see yourself in 3 months? What are you doing? How much are you making?
It's 3 months, I'm a top closer.
How much are you making?
What does a top closer make?
30.
Yeah, I would say around that. But actually, wait, 6 months? Yeah. Like we're saying 30, 35. That's what in my head. Closing not going to be the only thing that will take me there, though. I don't think.
Okay. What do you want to be doing right now? Not financially. What do you want to be doing skill set wise? What vehicle wise? What skill sets do you want that you don't have? Because obviously you know setting, you know dialing. You're a bachelor in closing. You're gonna learn management soon.
Mhm.
You're gonna make yourself more valuable so you can make more money. So you can be leverage and not have to spend time for money per se.
Mhm. You're asking me what other skill sets do I want now?
What skill sets do you desire?
What am I working? Okay, I can tell you what I'm working towards. Firstly, that's closing. I feel I've come to the understanding that closing will probably help me in whatever kind of vehicle I'm in.
Not whatever, but everything.
Yeah.
The only issue is when people go into closing, they do it in such an uncalculated way. They start without setting SDR alone was like we should have got you started with DMs because it would have been lower barrier to entry.
Mm.
But also learned with SDR and there was still the learning curve for a few months.
Mm.
As difficult as it is, imagine you did closing.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been unfathomable. It would have been extremely difficult.
Yeah.
It's like as you develop self-conviction and obviously you do your end of days and you develop right. I say end of days because it's a direct representation of everything.
Mm-hmm.
You're on top of your stuff and you do better and better and better. You're able to develop conviction so you know you're going to be able to conquer any industry you go into. Per se, for example, you start with closing and then you go into management, whatever you want to do. You can become full stack sales agency, but you develop that conviction through something that's easier. So you create a higher threshold and a higher standard for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Go into that next vehicle and then you rip. But you wouldn't have maybe ripped in that industry if you started off with something way higher barrier to entry because you lack the self conviction.
Yeah, I would agree. Spot on.
It's mental. It's a lot of it is mental.
Agreed.
So yeah, go back on track. You said closing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then what?
Closing, management, and then eventually operating.
How come?
I feel that's what, in terms of like what I want to do, that's what I prefer. That's where I kind of see myself. So that's where I see myself.
Yeah, that's cool. It's funny because I'm in Montenegro right now with obviously I was with my team for a month and I'm with some friends who I grew up. I was doing like 20, 30, 40K per month.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you've already met some of them. You've already met them as well, actually. So it's like you're already exposed to the people that are where you want to be.
Yeah.
What do you think is the biggest thing holding you back from being where they are?
I would just say skill set, really.
What skill set specifically? What is it they yield that you don't have?
Firstly, knowledge in what they're actually doing. They've been through it. They've, had experiences. Someone like Boris, for example, he's had different clients. He's gone through different motions. He understands what works, what doesn't work. I don't have that yet. So, they've got more time in the game, I would say. Along that, you build up different things that are going to help you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What do you think is the biggest lesson from your entire journey so far? If you were to kind of wrap it up into like a sentence or a paragraph for people.
Biggest lesson.
Yeah.
I would probably say, you want to be intentional and like I would say kind of shy away from getting help, guidance, that sort of thing. I would say, if you're already looking at Val, then you're already thinking about it. I would just say, make the jump and sort of thing. But not to push over the edge. But I would say like you're not, because you're new to stuff, because I was new to this, you don't know anything. You don't have any kind of understanding. Maybe you do, maybe you've done certain previously, but what I would say is, whatever I've done, reaching out has probably been the biggest thing that's helped me.
Do you feel like you only need to do a few things right in your life to get to where you want to go?
It depends. I would say that's true to an extent.
Of course. But
you need to do the right things right, though. The right things right.
A few things right. So like if you write things correctly and then you'll get to where you want to go. Whether it's vehicle transitions, whether it's taking the leap, whether it's doing online money.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like reaching out was that one thing? Or one of those few things?
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%. It was, look, as I said, like I was making 650. Yeah. That yeah. I spent 650 in my time in Montenegro. And it was like, yeah, it was a good decision to reach out, But
what do you think your next decision will be? The one that changes the trajectory of everything.
What is gonna be my next decision that changes? I'm not sure yet. That's a good question. I have an idea, but I'm not too sure.
What's your idea? If you're open.
No, I'm not.
Fair enough.
Oh man.
All right. So For the people watching this is the bit where I'm about to start asking Klay questions about the program. So if you want to feel sales resistance, if you don't want to feel sales resistance, you should probably click off now. I don't know. Look at the analytics, and there's probably going to be a crazy drop off right here. That's okay. I just wanted to give you a warning. With that being said, Klay, what was your favorite part about the program, about Setters Academy?
My favorite part, not much.
Fair. I hear that. I'm the same way.
Nah, I could always say, the standard stuff, the group calls, I guess, yeah. The group calls are a big help. You've got loads of them now. I would say probably the biggest needle mover that I say people don't really, utilize the most is being able to speak to everyone and, getting in contact with everyone, speaking to yourself, speaking to Chris, speaking to Teddy. That's what's going to help you. That's what's going to push you forward. So yeah, I would say, look, the one-on-ones as well, big help for me originally. I did make a lot of use of them. Probably to your, you probably weren't happy about that in the early stages.
No, I was. I liked it. This is the thing. Like, group calls are helpful, one-on-ones are helpful and all that stuff. But if you put yourself in an environment where everybody around you is doing extremely well, like you're around Chris, Seb, Teddy, like these are all guys that are on track to do multiple 5 figures per month in the next few months, you are not going to get held back by complacency or mental limitations. Your ego won't let you. You'll feel so incentivized to do better and better and better because everybody around you is doing so well.
No, 100%.
So there's no distractions. There's no belief that what if. And it's like the fact that you came to Montenegro for a week, the fact that you've been around people in London at WeWork, all that type of stuff. Like Seb is going to be going to WeWork when he goes back from Montenegro with Chris. I'm assuming you're probably going to go with them. That's going to expose you to guys that are doing hundreds of thousands per month. Some guys at WeWork, though, we've met, are basically millionaires at this point. Like, when you're continuously around those people and you say, well, what are they doing that I'm not doing? How are they better than I am? It's literally just mental. It's mental with some skill set. And then you say, okay, well, skill set, obviously you can develop. And then it's a matter of conviction that comes from mental and developing your skill set. So ultimately, being around people that are doing better than you will progress you forward so much. So I think group calls are good. I'm sure the 5 group calls we have per week are helpful. Some SDR, some DMs. I'm sure the one-on-ones are helpful. I'm sure the head coach CSM stuff is helpful. But it's like community, being around people that are ahead of you straight away is going to help so much. And I've said this before, I guess, in other interviews too, but I'll say it again. There are going to be people in the group, and we're starting to see it more, that are at 10 to 50K per month. And we're going to see it so much more in the future. And I'm sure you have so much conviction in it. So when you join Setters Academy, even just as a beginner, you're going to say, wow, there's guys in here that are doing, for example, 20K per month, and they started as a setter X months ago. Going to break a lot of mental limitations for people, which is why I don't like to kick people out after the 4 months. I like to keep people in indefinitely because it helps a lot to be exposed to that environment where everybody is performing at such a high standard and everybody's competing with each other. And because of that, the success rate's extremely high too. But for anyone on fence about joining, what would you say to them if you had one thing you could say? And it can be
a few things I would say, I'll be honest. But can I say one more thing? But actually, no, I'll go back to it actually. But
do your thing.
Okay. Firstly, when I first joined, there were, as you said, there was a few people that were, I would say, 5K plus. And for me, that was like, okay, wow, okay. They're making 5K. Why can't I? Because as I said, when I first started, it wasn't too great for me. And then I think for me, it was like, okay. I think the biggest thing actually was seeing Teddy like just blow up. That was like, oh, wow, okay, I've got to pull this together. And I see that's what's going to help you get to where you want as well. Because at the end of the day, it's not difficult. It really just does come down to yourself. I would say that's the biggest thing, because it's kind of all there for you. If you said to me earlier on, if you're standing out, then you're naturally going to do better anyway. Yeah, if you're doing everything that you can, and you're doing everything in your power, you're going to get to what you want. So that's what I would say it comes down to. And then you realize that actually it's not that difficult. Do you know what I mean?
It's like the gym. You start in the gym, first time feels horrible, and then 2 weeks in, you're like, wow, that's not as bad as I thought it was at all. Online money is the exact same way. It's just a matter of if you put yourself in that environment, which is so unfamiliar because everybody was joined. I mean, when I started as well, it was not a familiar thing. Sure, I'd made money in the past, but it was like everybody around me wasn't particularly fond of the idea.
Mm.
You know, and I don't know if that's the same thing for you. I know when you joined, you showed your friend, or your friend saw that you spend money, and he was like, "What did you spend so much money on?" Like, he was like, "Did you get scammed, Clay?" Because you constantly replay that in your head because you've mentioned it to me as well.
Yeah.
That's quite funny because you don't feel far away from that at all.
No.
The truth is, like, you've come a little bit of a way, and I mean, we all have, but I feel the exact same way. A
Mm.
year ago, I was in a very different spot, and a year is not a very long time at all.
Mm.
It also goes back to perception and understanding that you deserve more. There's a very big difference in what we're saying now and what other people. This isn't a I'm so glad I'm where I am. This is a I'm not happy with where I am at all. But this is like a milestone interview, if you will.
Yeah.
Because I'll learn more and more and more and more. And I'm so I have so much conviction in that. I'm so confident in that.
Mm. I
Why
would
do you
say something. Sorry, Karen.
oh, go ahead, go ahead.
No, what I would say as well, you've actually got you see everyone thinks in their head, yeah, like okay, yeah, in this time next year I want to be in this position, I want to be doing this. For me, another like one of the biggest things is I actually join and now I can there's a lot that you can do in a year. Yeah, you just said like a year is not a lot of time, but in terms of where you can get yourself to,
Of course.
it's like that is a long time. You know what I mean?
But that's ultimately because you only have to do a few things right. To do one thing right only takes a few months.
Yeah. And I didn't really understand it or kind of believe it previously, but now it's like, okay, you know, if I'm not in a totally different situation this time next year, like I've clearly done something, a bit off. So
But
yeah.
here's the thing, people feel like to change their environment and to change where they are, they need to just do the small things, and the small things are easy, and the small things are the ones that make you feel good.
Mhm.
Obviously, watch that neuro knowledge video, like, you understand what I'm kinda referring to. I'm in the
Yeah.
process of breaking it down again myself into notes, but it's you don't change an effect by changing an effect. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
You don't get a different desired reality by just doing more of what you're doing now. It needs to change on 3 different fundamentals: mental, spiritual, and physical. But more importantly, what I'm saying is if you do the easy stuff every single day, you will be sold the perception and the illusion that you're progressing, but you will not actually progress.
Mm-hmm.
Why I say you need to do a few things right, and it's not the stuff you're doing every single day, because if it was, you'd already be where you want to be. And
Yeah,
that's one of the biggest mistakes people make. They do a lot of stuff, but
I
most
agree.
people do gut wrenching stuff. Like a lot of the quality of work I do now, that's going to push us to 6 figures per month. And I'm going to come back to this because it's a milestone for me too, I guess. Like in the way I'm speaking now, is stuff that does not make me feel happy in the moment. Like, I don't get dopamine from the things I do for a long period of time. It takes weeks or months to accomplish them.
Mm-hmm.
But they're also the biggest problems in the business, if you will. And also through that, it's going to ultimately yield a significantly higher result. Like, I'm going to stay with a content mentor for 5 days in London so I can just get better at something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not like that's so easy to do, but there's not a lot of people that are willing to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's small stuff, like it's not particularly small, but it's stuff like that. Unfamiliar, but also, I guess, unconventional, uncomfortable as well.
You're in trouble there, yeah.
Struggling to speak over here, man.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I agree with that 100%.
So yeah, how do you want to wrap this interview up? People on edge, perhaps. Do you have a TED talk you want to do real quick? Is there a final note?
Make the jump, people. Make the jump. I would say, yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Because look, if you've got this far anyway, you're already thinking about it. And I'm here to tell you, yeah, like genuinely just stop wasting time. That's what I would say. Get yourself to Montenegro. That was fun, by the way. We didn't really mention too much of that.
That was very fun. You know what we should do with this interview? We should clip your sales call at the beginning.
For real.
You think we should do that?
I was sold already. That must have been the biggest laydown. How was I? Do you think, roughly? Did you think I was gonna close?
I've had easier.
For
I
real?
knew you were close, but I've had easier for sure.
Oh shit, okay.
But I
Can I
think
say an objection? I don't think I did. I think I was probably just shocked when I when I heard you drop it. Yeah.
we should. I might have my team clip up the sales call.
Mm,
And throw some of that at the beginning and then throw maybe even at the end. I think that'd be cool. But Clay, this is what I want you to do. We have a few more minutes here. I want you to close your eyes for a minute. And I mean, you don't have to close your eyes, but think about what you want to say to yourself 6 months down the line,
mm,
even maybe 6 months before. But more importantly, this is a milestone interview for you. I don't want you to think this interview is for me or for the people watching it. It's more so for you.
mm.
What do you want to say to yourself 6 months down the line? So when you look back, you'll be like, wow.
I want to say to myself, enjoy the journey. That's one thing. 100%.
I want you to calculate it because you said everything should be calculated. So think about it for 30 seconds. Think about it for a minute. Take your time and then say it.
Okay. So we're gonna sit in silence for 30 seconds.
Let's do it.
Only you, bro. Only you. I don't really know actually. I'm trying to think genuinely.
So let yourself think.
Okay. I think I got something.
What is it?
Am I supposed to tell you?
Say it. If you want to say it, you can say it.
Okay.
But you'll look back at this. That's what I want. I want you to be able to look back at this as well.
Okay.
Digital real estate, bro.
Say again.
Digital real estate.
Did you say, am I doing real estate?
This is digital real estate.
Oh, digital real estate. Okay. Yeah, my first thing is enjoy the journey. My second thing is just remember like why you're doing it and don't lose focus of that. So yeah, that's the biggest thing. Because I think in 6 months' time, God forbid, but if I do lose focus, then I'll just get snapped back into it. But I know I won't. So yeah.
Yep.
Is that satisfactory, bro?
That's the question for you. Is it satisfactory? You're gonna look back at this and be happy with what you said today.
I think so, yeah.
How do you feel right now in a nutshell?
It's like the start of July, so I'm just ready for the next 6 months, to be honest. And another thing you said, yeah, was like, this is like stage 0, step 1 type of thing. And I would say, we're trying to navigate a move further. So yeah, looking forward.
Yeah, we're gonna do some cooking in the next few days and get you on the right track.
Yeah.
10K in 2 months is cool, but I want 10K in a week.
No facts. So do I.
Matter of time. I'll see you because we'll have a montage edit. I'll see you in a month.
Just to shake your hand, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, hold it there. Yes, sir, ski.
But that being said, that is the interview. I will see you guys in a bit. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure to check out some more if you want to learn about the coaching company we run and the type of thing we do, how we can maybe implement the same results for you. Shoot me a message on Instagram and I'll get back to you. But until then, peace.